I decided it was time to give my wife some unsolicited advice. So I said to her, embrace your failures. And you know what? She immediately gave me a hug. Welcome to an adventure in taste and time with Andy. I'm Andy. Okay, well, welcome to our video about my vegetable growing and other food related shenanigans. Actually, this week, the way things have fallen, we are just taking a look around the allotment of my seeds and seedlings. So compared to the last one, and incidentally the next one, it's a lot shorter. Okay, let's go. Well, we've had some rain here, which has brought a few surprises. One is the path, which has been behaving itself for a few months now. As soon as it gets some dry days, needs a mowing. The raspberries are pretty well done. I might pick very few, but I've been freezing them as I go along, washing them, putting them on a tray in the freezer, then putting them into a bag. We will see how much we've weighed. But here's a big surprise. The rhubarb I thought was simply dying back because it's sort of getting to that time of year. Still cabbage whites about, but it's just suddenly grown again. It's absolutely back. I'm wondering, should I take some? I think, if nothing else, I could make rhubarb, even if it's tough. Rhubarb vodka, anybody? And although, weeds are popping up quickly because of this rain, but this year sown asparagus is pushing up new shoots, as is the year-old asparagus crowns I picked earlier. But another issue with the rain, even in here, but everywhere. Now I've picked some tomatoes recently, but a lot of them are, they've been splitting because even in the polytunnel, I think a lot of rain water's got into here, and they've been splitting because there's suddenly a lot of extra water, too much to cope with. They're still edible, just got to eat them quickly or do something with them. In the beds, not a lot to say. I might get some beans from that bean. The other ones are growing, but still quite small. In a last gasp attempt to get some French beans, I sowed these in compost in toilet roll centres. After planting, some blood, fish and bone, and then a water. Some chard for a winter or spring harvest, and some radish for an autumn harvest. And spring onions, probably a spring harvest. How's this for a mutant beetroot? I might get some beans from that bean. The other ones are growing, but still quite small. And chard, which will probably overwinter. Some extra beetroot, and yeah, these beets, which are coming along. I think we've finished now with definitely the green beans and pretty well the runner beans. Itchy Coochie I've raised off the ground on some plant pot tops to stop them rotting. They're growing. And I keep seeing radishes which have overgrown very suddenly. This rain has just suddenly made everything different. Fennel is growing nicely, as are finally the leeks. And again, a few days ago, there was some radish which were quite small, suddenly gone probably too big, but we'll pull them. Perhaps because it's grown quickly, they may not have had a chance to become woody yet. And look here at the Christmas potatoes. Wow, I didn't think it would be so quick. I need to weed out these lettuces, which are going to start giving leaves soon. And ditto, you won't believe it, I do keep weeding these carrots but as I explained earlier, I think my mistake was I let weeds in that area grow too mature, so they started seeding. The outdoor tomatoes still absolutely fine, still growing red, still, well, not producing new ones because we put a stop to that, but coming along nicely. And finally, in the greenhouse, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 cucumbers left, which is great. There's a reasonable harvest, but some 2 plants at least, just 2 plants, they're still throwing up flowers. So I'm not even going to prune them. I'm just going to leave them and see if we get anything else out of them, and that'd be great. So there we are, end of the tour of the allotment. Today's the 21st of September, and that's the autumn equinox. So today, the sun rising in the morning and setting in the evening is precisely 12 hours, half of the day. Of course, that means effective daylight is a bit longer due to twilight, but it's a sea change when we know from now on the nights are overtaking the day in length. And one of the big advantages, I do a day job, and so it's been quite good in the summer to be able to go to the allotment in the evening. Already that time has been curtailed. 7 o'clock, it's sort of beginning to get a little bit dark for that, and that's only going to get worse, and then the clocks will go back next month. But even now, I tend to cook dinner when I finish work. I work from home, and so really it's 6 o'clock before I can even think about going there. I suppose where I am lucky is that I work with computers. I don't have many meetings, so I'm not dependent on a fixed clock, and I've got a very flexible boss. So what I can consider, because I have some jobs I want to do in the allotment, is building up some flexi time, building up some extra hours, and using that during the day when we've got light. I could even work in the evening for a couple of hours at the day job, so-called, so that I can go to the allotment during the daylight hours. I suppose I'm lucky. It's the nature of my job, and also the nature of the culture I work in, that I'm able to do that. I hope you're as lucky or able to fit things around how you manage to do your little jobs. And of course, hopefully, you're having a lot fewer jobs. But I've still got ideas for the infrastructure of the plot. My allotment still in its first year, so there are some things that I want to do over the winter, and I also want to try and keep a trickle of at least leaves coming into the house. Seeds and seedlings. We've moved back to this area which gets full sun because there's so much less sun. I've recently sowed some cauliflowers that have germinated, red drumhead, red cabbage, some more lettuce and coriander, but they're not showing because things are slowing down, things are a bit cooler. But over here, winter marvel, tiny bit, claytonia is coming up. What's this one? It's all, for some reason, all faded away. Oh, landcress, American landcress is coming up nicely. And the St Michael's of Verona cabbage looking really good. We might have something for spring there. And winter density, another winter lettuce, is germinating nicely. Very small, very small. And over in here, these are all microgreens, and I'm going to describe these later in the winter. The reason being, that is a time when we can really benefit from them. So, their time will come. And over here, some more spring onions and radish, sort of ready to go out actually quite soon to the plot to give us a little bit of autumn food. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little tour around my allotment and what I've been getting up to with seeds and seedlings. I know my next one in October is going to be a little bit more varied. I know there's quite a few little bits and bobs on the horizon, so come and join me then. Until then, take care.